Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. George, I want to start by encouraging you to take heart when the other side makes ad hominem attacks. It's generally because they have neither the facts nor the law, nor frankly logic. So I know it is difficult for you to sit there and absorb ad hominem attacks, but the reality is that is kind of the last vestige of folks who have nothing else left to argue. I'm going to ask serious questions, and Mr. Camus or Mr. George, either one can answer them. And I'm a simple man, so I'm going to start kind of simply with respect to the IRS investigations / target investigations. Were there at some point subpoenas in place?
There were.
Okay. Were there requests to preserve evidence in place?
Yes.
Were there ongoing congressional investigations?
There were, sir.
Were there ongoing IG investigations?
Definitely.
And purportedly, there was an ongoing DOJ investigation, although we've seen scant evidence of that. At least that's the allegation, right?
Yes, and I'll ask Mr. Camus to further respond to that.
That's correct, sir. There is an ongoing DOJ investigation.
Okay, so you have subpoenas in place, you have requests to preserve evidence in place, you have ongoing congressional investigations, you have ongoing IG investigations, and you may very well have an ongoing DOJ investigation, all of which leads me to ask, what does it mean, do not destroy / wipe / reuse any of the existing backup tapes for email? What does that mean?
That means do not destroy, rewipe, or do anything to that material as it could be evidence or of import.
Oh, so it means exactly what it says?
Yes, sir.
There's no hidden meaning?
No, sir.
Even I can understand that sentence. Don't do it, right? I mean, you can use fancy words like the Gauls if you want to, but don't destroy, wipe, reuse any of the existing backup tapes. Now, was that done?
Yes, sir.
Was it done after any of the following were in place? Subpoenas, requests to preserve, ongoing congressional investigations, ongoing IG investigations, or purported DOJ investigation?
Yes, sir. It was done on on or about March 4th, 2014, well after the commencement of all those activities.
Wow. Now, I want to ask you about an individual in a minute, but I want to ask you this. Sometimes things can be done accidentally. Let's go ahead and rule that out. Are we talking about just kind of a misstroke on a keyboard? Is that what causes these things to disappear and be wiped? You're typing a word and hit the wrong key? Does that do it?
No, the destruction that we're talking about required the employees involved to actually pick up tapes and place them into a machine, turn the machine on to magnetically destroyed and obliterated the data.
Well, it sounds like it'd be hard to accidentally do that.
That's correct.
All right, so we can rule out accident. That leaves negligence or intentional, willful, wanton. Do you know whether it was just sheer negligence, incompetence, or was it a higher level of scienter or mens rea?
Our investigation has shown that the two employees who physically put those tapes into that machine are lower graded employees at the Martinsburg, West Virginia Computing Center. They continued to erase media throughout the period of time, and as a matter of fact, they did not stop erasing media, including these 424 tapes, until June of 2014. When interviewed, those employees said that our job is to put these pieces of plastic into that machine and magnetically obliterate them. We had no idea that there was any type of preservation from the chief technology officer.
Was Mr. Koskinen in charge of the IRS at the time?
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you about another name. Have you ever heard the name Kate Duvall?
Yes, sir.
Who is Kate Duvall? Because I think I've heard that name before, too.
Kate Duvall was the chief counsel representative, the IRS's counselor concerning the production issues to Congress. So she was a lawyer in charge of making sure the council made production to Congress.
So she's in charge of making sure that emails and other matters get produced.
Yes, sir.
Is she still with the IRS?
She is not. I don't recall the date that she left, but she is no longer
Do you know where she is now?
part of the Internal Revenue Service. I can get that information for you.
No, I know where she is now. She's at the Department of State in charge of their email productions. Wow. I yield back.